This is public versus private.
Some people they they form these groups thinking, okay, not they're my friends and they're going to be doing this and we're going to be getting great together. But one thing I try to tell people, which is not clear quite yet, is separating public and private.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means to me is like, yeah, I've known you for 20 years, but are you the one that I need on my team just because I'm friends with you?
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about it, because in, I think, specific communities, like my community back home in Colorado, I have a huge family, very, Chicana family, Chicanx family, that is probably like 500 people if we had a huge, reunion.
Yeah.
If I got my mother's side and my father's side, that's a very large private life.
Right.
But it could be a public, if I ever wanted to run for office, it could be a very big asset for me, public.
Right.
Not that I want to run for office. But, the separation has to be like, would those folks hold me accountable?
Right.
If I was in public office? Would they come after me if I did something to harm, my personal community?
Right.
And, we see this in congregations where, the pastor might be related to most of the congregation. Well, if the pastor, it has a proclivity to do something that's not good for the church, will they hold him or her accountable?
Mm-hmm.
Or them accountable, right? And it's a question. And that's the difference, what you have to divide. Well, let's look at the disability community, or the differently abled community, and how close you have to be to one another to fight together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of the function of a larger society is to put everybody in the private relationship model. This is what we as organizers say is the way to make sure that you don't act publicly, to make sure that you are hushed away and pushed aside. Because if you just stay in that private world of your own suffering, you'll never come after us in the public world, right?
Right.
So be ashamed, be afraid, stay there, don't come out and come after us, and stay together. Because if you get together collectively and come after us, then we're in big trouble, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the division we want to say. And I don't think it's bad to question your trust, but I do think that we have to open our hearts and say, are we both self-interested in the same thing? Can we work together? But one-on-ones, relationship building,
right. That was my
self-interest,
yeah.
When we're both collectively
right.
self-interested, there is no doubt that we can align our stories, that we can align our missions, that we can align our self-interest and get what we both want out of the world. Our stories are the most important thing. Like, our stories and the way we feel and how we move through the world, I think, are the most powerful things that we have to move administrators, to move policymakers, and to move people in this country that have power. But not just that, I think we have to move into power. We have to be unafraid to be powerful and unafraid to claim those seats and claim that space, and work closely and ally with people that we might say, oh, you're my enemy, In organizing, we say that, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. Only permanent issues, permanent things we care about, permanent things we can come together around. And so